let's begin. So actually today how we're working is in threes, and it's one of my favorite ways to work. Every session I do working in threes is different. We're going to start out circling. There's 3 circles in one direction, and then reverse the circle. 2 and 3. Good. And then reversing the leg crossing and circle. 3 in one direction. Really move through your shoulders. I call it a shimmy. And reverse. Good. And then from here, reaching one arm up into the air and side bending. And just take a moment, you can look down, you can look ahead of you, you can look upward. So basically now we're looking at 3 side bend movements. Simple side bend. I think side bends are an invitation to breathe. And we're going to come the other way, reaching up, inhale, and come on over. Keeping sitting bones down. And then release. So again, in keeping with the side bend movement, we'll take, doesn't matter right or left. One knee is bent, one leg extended. Some like to turn on their mat so you can face the knee. And then reaching, arm up, and you're coming up and over towards the straight leg. Sometimes people use a strap to reach the foot. All right, and we'll come out and let's just add a nice twist here, twisting towards your bent knee, long spine, and look back. And then we'll do the other side. So straightening the other leg and the knee. You know, the cool thing is when Howard smiles with his mask, I can tell he's smiling. Same thing with Diane. When she's chuckling or laughing, I can still, it's cool. You know, you learn how to read eyes, that's for sure. Okay. Oh my gosh. You'd think by now we'd be able to read eyes, right? Nice deep stretch. Remember what I said, the stretch, the side bend is an invitation to breathe. Lungs are expanded. Good. Come on up and then twist towards your knee, your bent knee. And look back. Okay, and there's another side bend, and it is locked gait. So we come to kneeling here. And a lot of times we'll use something under the knees. Why not? Let's go for comfort. And And then as you extend one leg, yeah, it doesn't matter left, right, I don't think it matters on both sides. Ideally, the foot of the extend leg is pointing outward. Some don't have a good time with that, so you have to kind of sickle your foot in to see what is possible. And then reach up, inhale, and come on over. Imagine you're really sliding your lower hand down the shin bone. You're trying to go a little past the knee. I rarely see people go like all the way to the foot. I've only seen it in photos, which makes me wonder. Only in photos, I've seen Iyengar do it. It's authentic. And what does he say? If you're not touching your foot, your gait is not loud. Gait is jar. Okay, so notice if your arm is forward, and let's just do a little something. Bend your elbow, point your top elbow up to the sky, and bring your hand behind your head. And then look upward. Stretch, and then come out, and let's add child pose before doing the second side. So just come right to child pose, arms forward, lengthening your spine, breathe. And just so you know, yes, there's going to be there are stretches and strengthening in this the way we work today. Come back to center, come back to kneeling and extend the other leg. And then we'll reach one arm up, take a breath in, and come on over. Lengthening and breathe. That's like a good morning stretch. So remember this idea of, what happens when you bend your elbow, top elbow points up to the sky, to the ceiling, and the hand is holding, at the back of your head, and then you're looking upward. And good, nice opening. And release, good. We'll do child's pose again. Coming to kneeling, and come back, stretch out your spine, lower your head. Okay, so from the hands and knees, we'll look at a real basic core strengthener, tiger core strengthener, and then we'll take it onto our mat where it's sort of like you crank up the volume a little bit on the intensity. So from the hands and knees, your right arm and your left leg extend. And I'm trying not to waver, I'm trying to be very still. And then hand knee down at the same time, and left arm, right leg extended. Right ankle flex, toes pointing down. So fold and release, and we'll do that 3 times. 2 more times. Extend right arm, left leg, and lower slowly. Left arm, right leg, and lower. And the other, last round, right arm, left leg, and down. Left arm, right leg. So in theory, they said you can do that and not waver, your balance should be pretty good in general. So let's go ahead and lower your head, bring your arms forward on a Hatha asana, heart chakra pose, where you're able to stretch your shoulders, your upper back. Bring your forehead down, pelvis up into the air, and breathe. Retract the arms. Come on up, and we're going to come onto our backs now. So on this, there are 2 more for core work. Have a block handy. And initially, so what I'm gonna do every time we do it, we're gonna break things down. There's a reason. I want you to know if you need to drop back, you can, but also by breaking it down, you see the steps, right? So go ahead and start out with your hands under your low back, or do this first. Bend your knees, arms are up in the air, straight, knees 90-degree, pelvis 90-degree bend. And we're trying to get our backs down, really trying to get the low back to press down. So what we're going to do is also, we're breaking it down, hands are under your back, right at the lower sacrum, and you're going to extend your left leg, keep your back down, let your left leg be about an inch above the floor. You could flex or point. Bring the leg back to its original position, and right leg extends, and you could, again, flex or point. Your low back is flat to the floor. Your hands help you with that tilt, and then come back to center. So if you want to modify, you go back to that, or arms are up in the air. Right arm, left leg extend, right arm up overhead, alongside your ear, not touching the floor. Left ankle flex, left ankle covering above the floor. Come back to center. And other side, left arm, right leg extending, trying to connect your back down. Inhale, center. Exhale, right arm, left leg. Inhale, center. Exhale, left arm, right leg. Good, back to center. One more, making it R3. Inhale, right arm, left leg. Back to center. And last one, left arm, right leg. Good, and back to center. For me, those are really challenging to keep my back down. So, as I'm working hard to keep my back down, hug knees to chest, rock a little side side. Good work. And then, so there was tiger, that was the one we just did. And that last one, then we have the block is at the feet, okay? And your legs are up in the air. So a modification, the easiest one, and we'll do it because it teaches us also how to connect. Hands are at your head, lift your head, get your shoulder blades up off the mat, engage your core. Squeeze into the block. Let go, let your head drop down, arms drop down, knees bend a little bit, and let go of that tight grip. And then another way, come up on an exhalation, bring your arms up into the air, get your shoulder blades up off the mat, squeeze into the block, and release. Okay, those are our modifications. And they also help us to understand the pose. And then from here, you're going to lift, this is the real thing. You're going to hold the ball, the block with your hand, the feet are together, and your arms come up overhead and your legs lower. Maybe you can only lower them a little bit or lower them about an inch above the mat. Come up, bring the block to your feet, squeeze into the block, lower your head all the way down, the arms and legs cover above the floor. Come up, hands reach for the block, feet are together, your head is down, arms up overhead, legs lower. Last round. Lower the legs, lower the arms, the block is at the feet, up. And last one, holding the block, feet are together. And this time, let your legs drop down, arms drop down, up overhead. And knees right into chest, good work. Hug right knee to chest, left leg is down. So you have the nice hip flexor stretch, pretty easy. And the other way, you know, and I mean, I think of core work as kind of medicinal, but it's something I know I need. I think we all need it, and it's good to see how different, harder, you could say tougher poses can be broken down as well. All right, so hip releases now. Simple hip releases. Come up to sitting. How'd you like those? And right ankle over left. So you've got that configuration, your right ankle is flexed. And you go side, side. It's simple. Oh, simple is good too. Side, 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 side. Okay. And then next time you come back to center, up over closer to your ankle, and somebody can be more upright, flexing your right ankle. I always think of Julie. Julie Newsom when we do this. Because she just comes right in and she's hugging with both hands. She's really upright and she's looking around like,
What's the problem?
why is Fran doing that? What's with Howard? Why are they all grimacing? It's funny. I miss her. If anyone sees her, say hello. Okay. It's great. And it's all outer hip, right? Okay, we're gonna do the other side. So now I have more space. And more space, say, from right heel, right? Left ankle flex, and side, 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 back, and forth. Does this makes you smile? It's like, if life could be so simple. And if this were like all of yoga, we'd all be masters. We watch it. I'm really good at yoga.
I don't know about you guys, I'm scared about screwing up.
Howard said he's afraid of screwing. He's afraid about screwing up. Okay, so heel, but because it's so easy, you can't afford to screw up. But not on that one. So flex the ankle, good. And some of you might be like hugging your knee with both hands. I did that myself. If I'm far, I can do it. But close in, my hands are working really hard to keep you upright. Breathing in. So you should feel this in your outer hip, left outer hip. If not, I'll come and check your pulse. Unless, of course, you're extremely flexible and you're like, what's the big deal? Okay, woohoo, release. So we come on our backs again, and similar, okay, so what it is right ankle over left thigh, and your arms are at a T position, and you go side, side. So yeah, these are intentionally made to be, fairly simple. Even though, I mean, these are beneficial, wonderful for low back. Now, threading the needle. Reach for your left knee, lift your head, flex your right ankle, and reach. I know. Whew. Release, and let's do the other side. Left ankle over right, arms are at a T position, and your legs are going side, side, back and forth. And then threading the needle. So when we're threading needle today, I mean, if you want to keep your head down, that's fine. Then that's we're lifting head, bringing our head towards foot or head towards shin bone, and left ankle is flexed. Protecting your left knee. And then finally, releasing. So 3 bridge poses. Start out with a pelvic tilt. Hands are flat to the mat. And as you come up, clasp hands, cup shoulders underneath you, and lift. So you're really breathing into your belly, breathing into your body, into your torso. And releasing. Grab hold of your feet, happy baby. That was the first one. And happy baby helps with squats as well, helping you with getting into that squat later, the deeper squat. So feet pressing down into the mat, lift up high, clasp hands, cup shoulders underneath you, and lift your pelvis. as a toning action. You can take your right leg up in the air. At first, it's way up in the air as if your foot is reaching for the ceiling. And then you lower the leg, bringing the thighs parallel to each other. So your left glute is saying, what? And waking up and working. And the other side, left leg up in the air, toes reaching for the ceiling. And then you lower the leg, thighs are running parallel to each other. You can have your left toe and your left foot pointed. And release, come on out. And then take hold of your feet, happy baby. Breathe in. Exhale. Go wide with the knees. Good. And again, feet are flat onto the mat. Lift up high. It's a good blend of, it's one thing, it's symmetrical, but it's a good blend of strength and flexibility. Clasping hands. Some of you might have the flexibility to place your hands under your pelvis. And then we're ready to come out. We're going to come out, this your feet, and then grab hold of your feet and stretching your lower back. So as far as pelvic the hip openers, there is one more, and it is it's from pigeon. So if you already know, oh, I can't quite do that, you can already start out with downward facing dog. We'll do a few things, and when it comes time to do pigeon, it might be that from sitting, you stretch your leg or stretching the outer hip. So downward facing dog. So you could pedal or straighten both legs, sending your sits bones up high. Let's take the right leg up into the air, and there's a little strength here. You're going to bend your right knee and take your right knee to your right outside elbow, outside right elbow. So you stack all your weight over your arms, good work, and then go back up in the air. Keep your leg up high, keeping your pelvis square. Same leg again, right knee to the right elbow. And as you're there, but reaching up high, and then kick the leg straight up. And then by now, when the knee comes forward, you're like, yes, pigeon, never felt so good. Okay, so once you're here, and again, if this doesn't work for you, you can sit and grab hold of your foot, stretching the outer foot. If you're okay with it, you're looking up and then lowering, coming onto the elbows below your head. And not staying too long. 3 rounds of breath. We press up, and we're going to add a little twist. So you're turning towards your knee. That's my right knee. I'm turning to the knee, and the right hand could be on the left thigh. If you're really, or it might be on your low back, or maybe you can reach for your back leg. Some of you could bend your back knee and also grab hold, so then you get into your quads. I can almost hear the muscles complaining, going into mutiny. Okay, release. Let's do second time. Downward facing dog, press on back, and pedal or straighten both legs. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. And then left leg starts to come up into the air. And left knee comes forward, and you try to aim it high. Go over to stack my weight over your arms, and you go high, kick them forward, and then kick the leg back up into the air. And again, knee comes forward, and keep your knee high, you got it. And then back in the air again. And then the knee comes forward at an angle. I'm gonna show this. It's kind of like, you may have shown it to you before, but I kind of discovered this. Like, I always learn, you know, some do this and they're like a block under the buttock that is great. But I just kind of started putting a block under the extended leg thigh. And it's a really nice way to modify, just in case you want to try it. I don't need it today, but if I ever need it, that's a really nice. Lower your head 3 rounds of breath here from this moment. Starting to press up, and we're going to twist. So you're twisting towards this forward knee. That might be it. Or left hand on your low back, or left hand reaching for the right leg. And some of you can bend your back knee. Sometimes you can bend it, not grab, and you can bend it and grab. Beautiful. Come out, and then we press back and stretch out your legs, hamstrings, breathing in. Exhale. And then walking or springing forward. Once forward, take your hands to your elbows, let yourself hang. Knees can be soft when you are springing. And then sweep the arms out to the sides, come all the way up. Extend the arms, look upward, and hands to heart center. So I do want to do some hamstring and IT band stretches. Some need a block for the first part. You know what? I'm going to set the block up just in case the guy will just is there. And it goes like this. Your right foot in front of the other. Right foot in front of the other. And you want your feet to be close together. Be a little closer to the block. Reach up. This is the IT band stretch. You come forward, you can soften the knees, maybe you're like happy you have the blocks there, maybe you don't need them. Hands can be down. And the knees don't lock out. Believe it or not, we're going to be stretching the IT band of the back leg, the left leg. That means if the left leg is behind you, you're going to walk with blocks or not, over, walk your hands to the right. Shift your pelvis to the left, and stretch your left hip, left lower back. Let your head relax. Come back to center. Soften the knees. Sweep the arms up. And then we'll do the second side. So this time the back leg comes in front. So my left leg is in front, right leg is behind. And again, reach up. And then come forward. So you can soften your knees as you come forward. Hands on blocks or hands are down. And then we're gonna start to walk the hands away from the back leg, it's the right leg, so walk your hands to the left. Shift your pelvis to the right and stretch the IT band, the outer, the iliotibial band. Breathing in. Exhale. And back to center, soften the knees, reach the arms up, reach up, forward, and hands are to heart center. Another forward fold here. So as you're here, you're going to put some, you might need your blocks here at the front of your mat, make sure you get the front of your mat, and you come forward. And you can take hands to elbows. This is the second forward fold. But we're also going to take your hands on your shin bones and look ahead as we turn long, big spine. And then hold it again. This time we're going to walk or spring the feet back to plank. And once the plank, we'll come to a side plank. Doesn't matter left or right. You can always modify by bringing one knee down, or feet can be scissored or stacked. Other side, come across and feet scissored, back or knee down. And back to center. Come onto the elbows. And you're in a plank, you're just looking straight down. If you need to modify your knees would come back, you can here. Breathing in. Exhale. 2 more rounds of breath, making it 3. We're going to take the knees down, rest it out for a moment. Keep your hands back by your heels, lower your head. The third of this in this family is side plank on your elbow, if possible, right? So what I like to say is there's a way you can modify, bringing your top knee forward, top leg forward, or legs are extended. Side plank on your elbow. And other side, elbow down, turning. And out, dolphin, walk your feet in, hands are down, maybe you're clasping your hands or hands are flat to the mat. Woo. Straighten one arm, straighten the other arm. Adjust your hands so you're suddenly in downward facing dog again. And then walk or spring forward. We'll separate the feet, come to a squat. You can modify your squat and come all the way down. And move your neck around. Another way I like to work the squat, you can work on the modified as well. You take one arm up and you open the upper thoracic. And ideally your heels are down, many of you can keep your heels down. And then one arm down, one arm up, and breathe up. And then lower, and come on up to stand. Woo, swing the arms out to the sides. Yes, there's one more forward bend to round. everything out. You got to have a little both. It's interesting to see how your body reacts to the stretching versus the strengthening. I'm very happy when I'm stretching, and then when I do the strengthening, like everything's on high alert. It's so much effort. It's like, okay. And so here we go. Extending, you're gonna go wide. You can go wide, you can turn on your mat. It's a forward fold. Coming down, hands reaching for your ankles, lowering your head and breathing. And then from here, we'll add a few twists in. So the first, let's go ahead and come up, because if you need a block, I want you to, prepare the block. So you're gonna get your arms up. If you have a block for windmill, the block would be center. The block would be center line. Okay. So let's just say left arm up in the air, left arm down, reaching for your block or no block. And your left wrist underneath left shoulder, right arm sweeps up. Twisting and inviting every part of your spine to be in the pose. Your arm to be up in the air. Maybe you like to reach for your back or your right hand reaching for your left thigh. I kind of like the arm up in the air. I like how that feels. And it looks more like a windmill. And then we'll do the other side. Right hand is down, left arm sweeps up. You can watch your hand as it comes up. And your pelvis may go asymmetrical, especially if the more limber you are, so you get more of a stretch on your right and your thigh. Breathing in. And yes, we will reach left hand to low back or left hand to the right thigh. Come out and sweep the arms up, palms touch. A twist, so now you're going to say your right hand is down, left arm is up in the air, left hand is going to reach your right foot or right ankle or something like that. So come over and reach. Maybe you're reaching the mat or block. And then let your body travel, your torso travels to the right, and then your right arm comes up. And yeah, so opposite hand, opposite leg. The other, yeah, there you go. And then sweep up, reach the arms up. Keep your right arm up in the air. So we did it a little differently that time. So think opposite hand, opposite leg. Come over, opposite arm, opposite leg, and then twist. And eventually top arm comes up in the air. You got it. And then lower and come on up over the arm, come on up. Woo! Okay. So now the last of this is the three, right? The last of the twists, I'm going to just turn, let's say I'm going to turn my left foot. Turning the left foot out. The back heel is going to come up and you're going to twist. So your right hand could be out of block. As the left arm comes up, you could go into prayer balance if you want. See how you want to work, block or no block. And I'm with you, Howard. That's what I like. Is that you're twisting and you're just seeing what works for me. What will work for me today? Another breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Back leg is active. Release. Come back through center and all the way up. Everything's all, you're ready for dancing, really. And then, yeah, reach the arms up and then turn your right foot down. Bend your right knee, back heel comes up and twist same way you did the first time. That leg is active. Release, back to center, all the way up, reach the arms up, heels, toes, toes in, toes in, and there you are, standing, and hands are to heart center. 3 poses that work strength in the legs. You know they're gonna have to do probably with chair or horse or something like that, right? Okay, so Utkatasana, chair. All right, so feet are together facing in front of your mat. And we measure it out. Measure it out. I think of it as measuring out. My heels are down, and then I keep my pelvis low. Yep, and add the arm part. Engage your core. And 3 rounds of breath. Push up like a rocket. Look up the sky. And hands are at the heart center. The next one has a prayer revolve prayer. Not say it right. I didn't realize. Okay, hold on. I don't always hear the sounds, but here we go. You fall. And they do because they're home. Okay, so it's Parvida Utkatasana, so it's chair with a rotation. All right, so feet are together. Reach up, reach down, reach the arms up. It doesn't matter which way, we're gonna do both sides. Opposite elbow, opposite knee, clasp your hands and twist. Look straight ahead or look skyward, somewhat even look downward. I like looking straight ahead. Yeah, meaning like straight ahead is the direction I want to. Yep, towards the mirror. Oh, come on out. Reach up. This still counts as the second one. And if you like strength, you're like in heaven right now. You're like, yes, strong legs. And reach up. Extend. Elbow across knee. Palms are together. Twist. Don't let your pelvis shift side to side. One way of knowing is when you look at your knees, they haven't shifted. The knees are level with each other. Come on out. Sweep the arms up. Palms touch. Reach up. Hands to heart. That one always gets my heart like thumping. And I can hear the breathing, because I'm so used to working by myself, I can hear it breathing. It's like, oh, I'm not alone, okay. It's like when you go, when you're in high altitude, I don't know if you've ever had this experience, you're in high altitude, you're camping, whatever, and you just go like, I don't know, you go to one point back to the tent and you're winded, and you think, what is wrong with me? Oh yeah, it's altitude. And then I do the chair, and I'm like, what is wrong with, oh yeah, I just did chair. So the last one, you take your right ankle over left knee. So I can't have my standing leg straight. I have to bend, so it's a little like chair. And this one could be all about stretch when you come down, but I really want it to be more about, it's still stretch, but it's straight and down. A nice modification as you hold, 2 hiking poles. Seriously, you hold your bike. And believe it or not, it steadies you. This is a good one to do when you've been cycling. Breathe in, come on up, and release. A broomstick would work too, once you get home. And then bending your knees, good. So, yep, using the wall. Drop down, other leg, left ankle over right. Go to that place you're like, oh yeah, my legs are having to work. And extend. This is good. Ultimately good for the knees because you're straightening your legs, all the muscles around the knees. And hands to heart center. So there's balance. Nobody looks at the clock in here, you guys are right. And it will go like this. So I'm thinking crow. I know not everyone can do the squat like that. So let's say you can't do the squat even to even begin to approach crow, because I'll show how to work crow. Let's do this. Feet are wide, just kind of like a friend. And you'll drop down, and the goal is not to go very deep. And then you raise your heels. Woo! Down. Okay. Push down, heels down, and up. Yeah. So you might say, oh, I love that one. I'm going to do that again. Or you're going to do it because you don't want to do crow. All right. And then if you're doing crow, one idea is to have your feet on a block. It gets you in position. Or no block. Okay, and then let's just go ahead. Let's, if you're really scared about this, just have a crash landing pad. Just make it a funny idea. Don't think it's scary to have that. Hands are spread wide, and then you're gonna come up on that block. Yes or no? Maybe you're like, no, I'm taking flight. You squeeze your knees and your arms like crazy. The elbows are slightly bent, so you have a ledge. Nice. That block is amazing. It's a good one. And we are still working it. Yeah. So you can see, Diane, how that really gets you in. It at least gets you to experience how high you be. Yeah. Go ahead and come on up. And I think you might need a strap for this one. And a wall is fine to use for balance. It's the one where you maybe don't need a strap. You take your leg out to the side. And maybe you do need your strap, okay? So this is what I say. Let's see, what do people do? They use a strap like this. They go in, and then they go like that. It's kind of funny. I try not to laugh when I see that. Okay, it's like a karate. So what I want you to do is bend your knee and hold like so. Even if you're holding hand or foot, start out like so. Good. Knee is out to the side. Everything's in position. Good. That's it. And then you can extend. Because now you have a chance right here to use your core to find your focal point, and then you extend, and you don't have to feel like you're pulling and reining in a horse. These are tough. They're going to the wall. That's it.
The whole class.
The whole class, all of them. You are so lucky. You're going to be saved by time. There's going to be 2 balance poses. There's crow and this one. And then it's going to be time for Shavasana. So we have one more side. And so we're going to move the foot. If you're moving the foot, pause for a moment. Engage your core. Mhm. And then when you feel ready, you extend your leg. And then release. One out. And then we're going to come to just to sitting for breathing. Say that again. You're what?
The older I get, the older I get.
Absolutely. That. Nope, can't do that. They can still see. Nope, they can't see me. I'll do that in a moment. All righty. Okay, so we're sitting. Did you hear Howard said? I have to like, because I want them to hear. The older I get, the older I get. That's. But actually, today's thought is be present, breathe. I'd rather be there. Okay, than the other one. So as you're here, take your hand on your belly. Breathe in, expand your belly. Exhale, draw your navel inward. Create a concave feeling. Inhale, expand. Exhale, pulling in. It's very hard to do with a mask. Those of you at home, you are so lucky. Okay, one more. Breathe in. Exhale through the mouth. We're going to come to lying on our back. I was going to actually, I had it in my head to do Kapalabhati, and I thought, there's no way I'm going to do Kapalabhati. I'm going to faint if I do Kapalabhati. So there you go. We just did some deep belly breathing. And as you lie on your back, take a moment to relax. And I want you to completely relax what we call the Anamaya Kosha. Kosha means a sheathing. It's as if you're like onions. We have layers to us. And the first layer is the most tangible layer. It is your skin, your bones, your muscles, your tendons, your organs, your ligaments. It is your physical body, your Anamaya Kosha, completely relaxing. That is the part that is most tangible and that the asanas help us to, it's like the doorway to going deeper within. And then I would like you to go a layer deeper, and you'll be going to the Manomaya Kosha. The Manomaya Kosha refers to the mind. The mind, as is per our dedication today, being in the moment. Yoga helps us to access the Manomaya Kosha so that we can be present, so that we can focus on the now, as Eckhart Tolle calls it, So we can focus on how full your heart is at this moment. The Manomaya Kosha is the mind. Be aware of your mind. And then we'll go a layer deeper. And we'll go to the layer of Prana Maya Kosha. Prana referring to life force, your breath, your light, the scintillating energy within you, the humming of your cells. Your mitochondria, like the engine of each cell humming with life. And then go a fourth layer deeper to the Vijnana Maya Kosha. Gyan refers to wisdom, the part of you that goes through life, gleaning experiences, and then thinking about those, reflecting upon those experiences, and gleaning wisdom. Gyan. Vijnana Maya Kosha, in touch with the wisdom within you, and trusting the wisdom within you. And the most deepest layer you go to is the Ananda Maya Kosha. The Ananda Maya Kosha, Ananda refers to bliss. You can think of this as your birthright to feeling happiness, your birthright to feeling that your heart is full. Ananda Maya Kosha, sitting at the heart. It's like the jewel within. Sometimes it gets buried, sometimes it gets covered, and sometimes we have to do an excavation to recover it, but it's always there. The Ananda Maya Kosha, your birthright. And then just ever so slowly, I'm going to have you begin to move your hands, move your feet. And begin to roll to one side. Make your way to sitting.